Hey, what's up guys? This is Ricky V, and today's video is about Mike Mentzer. Now this is one of those fun videos where I get to speculate as to what Mike Mentzer would have used from the Vintage Muscle product line if the products were available to him at the time. In order to make this video, I've done all the research so that you don't have to. I've read through some of his books on my Kindle, watched interviews by people that knew him, watched interviews by him himself.
For those who want to build muscle mass, the most important principle is that of intensity. The harder you train, the more weight you lift, the more you put into it, the more muscle you'll develop.
Basically took everything I could find on record so that I could come up with a good theory, a good formula of how you can recreate Mike Mentzer's training program, diet, and anabolic chemical enhancement. However, I'm giving everything a modern spin and using the Vintage Muscle products. This is a great video, guys, so hang on. Born in 1951 in Pennsylvania, USA, Mike Mentzer was one of the most accomplished bodybuilders of his time, winning the Mr. America, Mr. Universe, and Mr. Olympia titles throughout his career. He was known for his intense rivalry with Arnold Schwarzenegger and his innovative training philosophy based on high-intensity training. You see, guys, Mentzer's training philosophy, known as the heavy-duty system, aimed to maximize muscle growth by targeting each muscle group with a single high-intensity set to failure. Mentzer believed that the traditional bodybuilding approach of high-volume training, where muscle groups are targeted with multiple sets and repetitions, was inefficient and ultimately counterproductive. Instead, he advocated for a more focused approach where each set is performed with maximal effort and intensity. The heavy-duty system involved performing each exercise with weight that is heavy enough to cause muscle failure within 8 to 12 repetitions. The goal is to perform a single set of each exercise to absolute failure, where no further repetitions can be completed with proper form. This approach, according to Mentzer, stimulates muscle growth by triggering the body's adaptive response to stress, forcing the muscles to adapt and grow stronger. Mentzer also believed in the importance of proper recovery and rest periods in between workouts. He advocated for longer rest periods in between workouts, allowing the muscles to fully recover and adapt to the stress of training. And when it comes to diet, Mike Mentzer's diet philosophy was based on a radical departure from the conventional bodybuilding nutrition practices of the day. In the 1970s, where bodybuilders were encouraged to consume large amounts of protein and calories to build muscle mass.
Something that I was curious about because, there's so many different theories about training, and I hear people say, well, you can eat anything you want as long as you're working out constantly, and I've never held that to be true. How important is diet when one is training? Is there a percentage where you should devote to exercise versus diet? Or?
No, I think they're both 100% important. Years ago, there was a saying that diet is 80% of bodybuilding, but I don't think you can quantify it that way. You've got to train properly and you've got to eat properly. I think diet is important because one of the first requisites in being a great athlete is that you're healthy, and you've got to eat a well-balanced diet to be healthy. But I don't think it's any more important than that. Many athletes tend to overemphasize certain elements of diet like vitamins and protein, and again, the most important requirement is that you eat a well-balanced diet just so that you're healthy.
Mentzer believed that bodybuilders could achieve their desired level of muscle mass without having to consume an excessive amount of protein, and without consuming as many calories as traditionally recommended. He believed that the key to building muscle was not just about consuming more protein and calories, but rather providing the body with the nutrients it needed to recover from intense workouts. He advocated for a balanced diet, consuming all of the essential micronutrients, such as carbohydrates, fats, proteins, but in smaller amounts than traditional bodybuilding diets. Mentzer recommended that bodybuilders consume more fruits and vegetables while reducing their intake of red meats and dairy products, or any other high-calorie foods. He also recommended that bodybuilders consume protein supplements in moderation, focusing instead on getting most of their protein from whole foods. And I just want to mention, guys, during my research for this video, it was quite easy to find all of Mike Mentzer's books on training and diet advice. There's articles. He wrote a lot. But finding his actual drug protocol, figuring out what kind of drugs he was using in order to help promote that tremendous physique, that was harder to find. I dug up some interviews with Larry Pollock, found some excerpts from Iron Magazine December 2000 edition, Also, some quotes by Casey Viator, another bodybuilder of the time that did some DVDs with Mike Mentzer on training. as well as just other random sources. And here's what I put together, guys. Here's what I figured out Mike did and how you can recreate it using the Vintage Muscle products. Now, Mike was known for running DECA-only cycles in the off-season, using Anabolic to bulk up coming up to the competition, and then cutting down with testosterone, DECA, and primobolan. So let's start by recreating the off-season cycle. And here's how you would do it. Grab 2 19 North stacks, 1 muscle support stack, 3 tubs of the pre-workout, and use Organa as your daily multivitamin and multimineral. You want to run the 19 North stack for 8 weeks, then finish it off with the muscle support stack. You want to make sure to use the pre-workout before every workout. Mike Mentzer was known for using some pretty heavy stimulant drugs before his workout. And this has been said by many folks that knew him and trained with him. The guy loved his stimulants right before the workout. So you want to make sure to use the Vintage Muscle pre-workout before every single one of your workouts. This right now would be the best way to recreate Mike Mentzer's off-season cycle. Now let's move on to his competition stack. You would need 1 bottle of Equimass, 1 Red Mass stack, 1 19 North stack, 1 Alpha Test stack, and a muscle support stack, along with 3 tubs of pre-workout and 3 tubs of Organa. The way to run this one, guys, is use Equimass for 4 weeks standalone. This is going to be your bulking phase, where you try to gain some serious mass and put on some good pounds. As before, you want to make sure to use the pre-workout before every workout to simulate the stimulants that Mike would take in his time before every workout. And you want to make sure to use the Organa. That's your multivitamin, multimineral. Once you finish your bottle of Equimass in those 4 weeks, then you want to jump into your pre-competition stack. And that's going to be Rad Mass, 19 Nor, and the Alpha Test stack. Now, during this time, you want to make sure to continue to take the pre-workout and Organa. And this is where you would be cutting down the calories, getting leaner, getting rid of some of the fat you gained in the first 4 weeks while maintaining all of the muscle you gained during that bulking phase. And this is it, guys. This is the best way to run Mike Mentzer's chemistry, just the way he did for competitions. Now, as far as his training goes, there's way more resources out there that lay out specifically how to incorporate his training principles into your daily training regimen. So in this video, I'm only going to cover the basic principles. And basically, you want to do 1 superset per body part. And after each workout, you would take 4 days off. So for example, on day 1, let's say a Monday, you would do pec deck, 6 to 10 repetitions, then go right after into incline press for 1 to 3 reps. Now remember, guys, you're doing these repetitions slow, taking your time with enough weight to actually reach failure. Now 6 to 10 reps is not carved in stone. If you can do a couple more, pump out a couple more. Pec deck, then straight to incline press. And then you work out your back. Close grip, palms up, pull downs for about 6 to 10 reps. And then deadlifts for about 5 to 8 reps. And that would be the end of day 1. You would then have about 4 days of actual rest, or about 96 hours, and then come in for day 2. For day 2, you would do legs, leg extensions for about 8 to 15 reps, and then leg press with high enough weight so that you reach failure within about 5 repetitions. That would be your superset. And then you would finish up with standing calf raises. And that would be the end of day 2. And then you would take another 4-day break. I guess I could go on and on and on explaining this routine, but I think you get the drift. You're training every 4 days, very few sets, taking several seconds with each repetition, really blowing the muscle out and then resting. Like I said, there are plenty of books, videos, and resources you can find if you're looking for the exact Mike Mentzer routine that might work for you. But as far as this video goes, that's about all I have for you today. Alright guys, so if you want to discuss this video, if you have any questions about the video, if you would like to request a video of your own favorite bodybuilder, please make sure to head over to the Vintage Muscle Community. Just open your Facebook app, look for Vintage Muscle Community, it'll be right there. As of this recording, we're over 19,000 strong and counting. Just come in, ask all of your questions, and you'll get all the help you need. I'll be there to help as well. Alright guys, that's it for me today. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.